And I'll be exploring behind the scenes and letting you know whether the weather will be leading you on a merry dance this bank holiday weekend.
And if you get thirsty, this is the place to go. What else could you call a place to eat and drink at a medieval festival than the Buxom Wench Tavern? And that, I'm afraid, is a perfect cue to go and find Gemma and find out exactly what the weekend weather has in store for the big bank holiday.
Now, I just knew that you would be sheltering in here because the weather has been hit and miss all day.
I thought you were going to say something rude about being a buxom wench, but I'm glad you didn't. The bar's in here as well as the food tent. And yes, I have been sheltering. We have had some showers today. Some places have actually got away with a mostly dry day. And looking ahead over the weekend, Saturday night is the only time that it looks as though we are going to get any kind of substantial rainfall.
He has called you a buxom wench.
I know.
And what have you been up to today?
Well, you know me, anywhere that horses are, I am.
John, you own most of the horses here this weekend. How many have you got?
That's correct. Here this weekend we've got about 18 from the yard of our own.
And how do you even begin to start training just a normal horse to joust, armed combat?
You need to have a horse that's reasonably educated and trained already. And then it's a good idea if you go and find somebody who has trained horses and knows what they're doing. But the rule of thumb with most horses is introduce them to things little bit by little bit.
Jeff, you've actually learnt to ride to be able to joust. How did that come about? What got you into it?
That's absolutely right. 8 years ago, my children persuaded me to come up here absolutely under sufferance, really didn't want to come. And eventually they persuaded me, wandered around here at Herstmonceux, looking at everything going on, walked into the main arena and they just started to joust. And within 5 minutes, I turned to my wife and said, I'm going to do that. At that point, she said, well, there's a slight problem that you can't ride and you don't have any armour. So over the course of the next 8 years, I've put together a complete harness of armour. We managed to track down John Dewdney at Ditchling Common Stud, who I think you've already met. And he taught me to ride from scratch. We've then learned to joust, and subsequently we've put together some riders from the Ditchling Common Stud, and we now are riding as warhorse.
If anyone might be watching at home and think it's cruel, it's certainly not, is it?
No, the horses really, really love it. They really want to run. In fact, sometimes it's hard to stop them running. And to be honest, there's absolutely no way, if you're not allowed to hit the horse under any circumstances, so they never actually get hit.
It has been a bit of a mixed bag here at Herstmonceux Castle, but a beautiful afternoon. I've actually got a helper today for the weather, Ziggy the Kestrel, who's been stunning, giving us her own little display of flying around the gardens. It really is a sight to see. Overnight, well, we have got clear skies to come. Temperatures dipping down between around 10 and 11 Celsius. The wind's gradually dying down too, and Saturday for tomorrow, it is looking like the best day of the weekend. We are going to enjoy a bright start to the day, lots of sunshine around, some fair weather cloud and remaining dry and bright throughout. Temperatures reaching highs of 20 or even 21 Celsius. And then as we look ahead into the outlook, we are going to see mixed conditions. We've got a bit of a question mark over Sunday and Bank Holiday Monday. It is a bank holiday after all, but we're going to see those temperatures hovering between around the 21 and 22 mark. It does look mostly dry and bright, but it does look as though we could also see some rain around, particularly on Monday. Ziggy's here to end the forecast. Thank you very much, Ziggy. Everyone have a good bank holiday weekend.
Gemma's with us now, and Gemma, the place has been ringing to the sound of medieval music all day, hasn't it?
It has. It's been fabulous being here, and certainly it looks like it's going to be a good weather weekend as well. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, well, thank you very much indeed for joining us tonight. In 2 weeks' time, we're going to be at the Hop Festival, aren't we?
In Bastow, that's right. Have a great weekend, and we'll play you out with music from Trouvert.
Have a lovely bank holiday weekend from all of us on the team. Bye-bye.